and welcome back to my channel, and I hope everybody is doing well on this fine weekend that we've got ahead of us. So today I'm going to be doing a topic that I've been wanting to do for quite a while, and I've been doing my research. I've got 2 pages of information here just to keep me on track, and today's topic is going to be about choosing between mainstream, special schools or homeschooling for people on the autistic spectrum. I've been doing my research on some websites and write my own notes down, and I've also got my own views written down in my notepad, which I'm going to read towards the end of this video. So let's get started. Choosing between mainstream and special schools. This can be one of the biggest decisions a parent has to make when they're deciding upon an appropriate future for their autistic child or autistic young adult. Parents are faced with several decisions when choosing some schools. Some mainstreams may have an autism unit attached, or some home education may be an option for your child. Sometimes a mainstream school will not meet the children's needs. As the parents of autistic young people, you are the people who know your child best. Consider these following factors. Consider the environment, including the school building. How will the child get to the facility? Consider the lighting. Consider the noise triggers, the class size and the group work, and the teacher. Will your child be needing support all the time in the classroom? Think about getting them to school. So if you rely on public school transport, or ways of getting your child there if there's problems to get there. So you have to think about pre-planning and their routine, how it might disrupt it if you're going to be late or something changes within that schedule. Think about the staff experience and understanding. So again, this comes down to the lack of training that teachers do have on autism and special needs. Again, we need to be more careful with our language and be able to tell people what autism is and how it affects your young person or your young adult with autism. Make sure that the teachers try and interact with your child. So again, face-to-face introductions, explain that your child has autism, get them to sit down one-on-one and talk to each other, get the teacher to interact with your child, therefore to build that safe rapport with them, so then it enables them to start trusting them and working in that classroom, knowing that the teacher has a fairly good understanding of what's ahead of them. Also, is there any access to therapies or other professional help? So again, this could be psychologists, psychiatrists, school counsellors, school social workers, anything within that profession that might try and help your child or young adult with autism. It might be the best way to go about it. See if the staff can support any routines and special interests, so that will lower the child or young person's anxiety. So things like reading, playing sports, talking about movies, talking about favourite characters from a book, favourite characters from a movie, anything that's going to reduce the anxiety for them to then communicate with you. Also consider the learning opportunities. So again, this comes down to the staffing and the way that they interact with your child or young person. Again, it needs to be very, very, very brief to the point. And also, I don't think people have enough modified curriculum. So in other words, the curriculum doesn't suit autistic students well at all. I'm not just talking about primary school, I'm talking about junior school, I'm talking about high school, college, anything within that educational spectrum. So I think we need to adapt our environment, we need to adapt the learning criteria, and also make sure that the teachers, tutors need to be aware of autism and how to best support them. Also, peer groups. Will your child or young adult be able to mix with other people? Will they find this too overwhelming with the sensory triggers? Will they find it difficult to interact with them with eye contact, body language? Will this be something that's going to cause a major issue for your child or young adult? So you have to consider this into that as well. And then finally, I've got my own thoughts that I want to read to you to finish this video off. So my own thoughts on homeschooling, mainstream and special schools. My personal opinion of homeschooling versus mainstream is that, as somebody on the autistic spectrum, I feel that some individuals will not cope with being in mainstream because of all the different noises, smells that can often overload us, but some people on the autistic spectrum can cope being in a mainstream school. They find it beneficial to make friends and adapt to a daily routine of what's going to happen within the typical school day. Also, they may be comfortable with lowering their anxiety by going into a mainstream school. For me, if I feel that I was diagnosed a lot earlier, I could have probably coped better in the mainstream education system. I struggled, I stayed in a mainstream school. I continued to push my boundaries all the time, and I got severely bullied. So again, this can hold us back. So I wish that teachers need to have a better understanding. This is what I've been saying. The teachers need a better understanding of autism. If I feel that they would have had a better understanding, they would have supported me better, and therefore the school environment would have been a lot more better for me and a lot more easier. So let me know what you think, guys, and I really appreciate you watching this. Please give it a like, please comment, please share, and please subscribe to my channel. Take care, guys. Bye.